You push? Oh,
Hello, and welcome to the UTB Blogcast number 118. Tonight we have Dave. We don't have Dave. See,
No,
I'm already messing up.
Dave's not here, man.
We have Brad, Roy, and Aaron is back from This Just In News. Say hello,
I'm
boys.
Dave. Hello.
Hello, boys. Oh, that's right.
I'm Dave
Dave
Weirdo,
is here.
and you're not. What am I doing
It's a
here?
different-
Just go away. Go away for a little bit. I'm leaving.
It's a different weird Dave.
Yeah, it's a different weird Dave. All right.
Someone else's hand stuck up his what? So where are we starting with, Erica?
We are gonna just jump right into the key two. So
Okay, key two.
Key 2. Wait. Hold on.
now that we all know what the phone is called, why don't we talk about it?
Here it is, Key 2. And here's the thing. I know anybody that's ever watched us or listened to me, every time I get a new BlackBerry, it's always the best phone I've ever had. This one is no different. But I don't want to let that just go by that, oh, Brad's got a new phone and it's the best phone he's ever had. Because in all honesty, I had the Motion and I moved back to the Key 1. I absolutely loved the Key 1 and really felt like it was designed with me specifically in mind. Well, the Key 2 makes me wonder why I like the Key 1 so much. I'll just say that. The keyboard is such a dramatic improvement. I mean, really, they could have just not done anything else to the phone and put that keyboard on the Key 1 and I would be just as happy. But they did do more.
Well,
Yep.
Speaking from going back to a Priv for just a temporary bit, the keyboard on the Key 1's amazing.
Yes.
The Priv is like hitting mush. It's really, it's like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I can't wait to get a Key 2. But nonetheless, I did hear some speculation, rumors. Someone had a feeling, and that's where I'm going to leave it at, a feeling that there might be another Key 2, special edition coming out. But that's not from anyone that knows anything.
I think it will be a little bit, if there is one, before we see one, because I think they're going to wait and see how it sells. But I do think that this is going to get the type of reaction that the Key 1 did once it's in people's hands and they start really seeing it. You've always got your BlackBerry community speculation. I may or may not have gotten a little bit of a verbal discussion yesterday about that with somebody that was just blowing off that, oh, there's all these issues already and the reviews just aren't as good. And it's like, okay, well, show me a review that's not as good, because every single review I watched said that this is better, and it's like the issues, I haven't personally seen any myself. I know that people are speaking about issues at a certain place where that's all they do, and people that have never actually held the phone will be saying their phone has these issues. So, I will wait and see if there's any actual issues. I have had not one. Things that I didn't think would be much of an improvement, I'm really enjoying. And I keep saying it, that keyboard, it is amazing.
let's go over a few things. How is the battery?
Battery is easily just as good as the Key 1. I haven't, I put my phones to the test.
Yeah, we know.
But I have,
If a phone can complain, it will definitely complain about you.
Well, my phone is on all day long. My screen time is generally between 70 and 80%. The majority of my time that my phone is in my hand, it's actually on and being used. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm some mad gamer, because I'm not. I very rarely play games. So, I know that games suck a lot of power. but I watch a lot of YouTube videos whenever people share them in groups. And now I am actually watching the YouTube videos that people share in groups because they just float down to the bottom of my screen or wherever I put it, and I can keep chatting. But I chat all day long. I've got literally hundreds of emails coming in all day long. Yesterday I had to take a little drive, and I was streaming my podcast through to my Bluetooth in my car. I had maps going on the picture-in-picture at the same time. And I mean, I had no concern about battery. I didn't have my phone plugged in. It was incredible. So, I mean, I can't imagine anybody ever complaining about this battery.
And how's speed key?
I'm sorry?
Speed key. The BlackBerry speed key.
I never really used shortcuts before. I knew that they were there, and there's been a few times, especially on my key one, I remember distinctly going through and setting up all my shortcuts. But I never really used them. I set them up and then I never really used them. I am using the shortcuts on this phone, and I think it's entirely because of that speed key, because that's kind of the thing. The way my workflow was, I would just hit the circle, bring up my app drawer, start typing what I wanted, and go into that app. Now I don't have to go back to the home page, and I'm actually thinking about the speed key. I need to get to this app. I'll hit the speed key and hit the shortcut button. And I never really thought about it before. So, I mean, if somebody's using the shortcut buttons now, this makes it way better. If you're like me and you didn't use shortcuts before, maybe the shortcut key will get you to start using them. But it's extremely nice just to be able to go wherever you want to go from wherever you are. I do wish they made it a one-handed feature, though. That's what I want to see, because you have to push the speed key and then the shortcut key, at the same time. That makes it a two-handed function. You can't be walking around and hit speed key and then the button. And it seems like that would be a relatively easy fix. My neighbor's dogs are barking.
So we are 1 month, around 1 month after the launch. What do you think about how BlackBerry Mobile rolled out the device? What do you think?
I think it's a better rollout than we saw with the Key One. At the same time, I hope it continues getting better. I think the major markets, wherever they're going to initially release it, which seems like Canada, US, UK, it would be nice to have one rollout to where you don't have, people in the UK getting the phone 2 weeks before the US, and, just have one rollout so that the stories all hit at the same time. There's also someone speaking in group right now that people were not able to get the phones from Best Buy today here in the US. So I don't know. I have a feeling we're going to be hearing stories about it relatively soon if Best Buy doesn't have the phones or if they sold out immediately.
We can check.
Yeah, you can, instead of just going off of what somebody said in group, right? That would be the smart thing to do. Where were you 5 minutes ago?
A lot of things were said in that group.
You think?
I walk away from my phone for about a half an hour and it's 192 messages. I kind of just hit forward and then go back to the newest message because it's a lot of stuff.
But it's becoming so fun. We should have more people join.
Yes,
yeah, we still have the UTB super group, which we created to hit 300 members, and we're at 84 members right now. So come on, folks, we've got a group. People, wait. We have a group that's a whole heck of a lot of fun. But if you're touchy,
if your feelings get hurt,
if your feelings get hurt, if you have no sense of humor, or if you think it's your right to tell other people what they can't talk about, I'm sure there's other groups out there for you.
Yeah. It's an interesting group. It's you know what? You just gotta have a thick skin, that's all.
I can update about Best Buy. BlackBerry Key 2. I'm in Best Buy site, so the black version is getting more soon. Looks like it's they sold out on the black version, and the silver one is free shipping. Get it on Monday, 23rd July 23rd. So it looks like they also don't have enough silver device, maybe sold out their first batch of devices.
Oh, or maybe they're just all coming out of one central location, and it's taking a while to get it to people. I don't know how they really operate as far as shipping. Yeah. Because I mean that was a problem with like the Key 1. Best Buy had it, right? But very few stores, from what I hear, actually had it in the store. I know that my store never got it. My local store here, it was never in the store. And it's like, yay, they carry it, but it'd be really nice if it was in the store where people could actually go in and purchase it. But you know, that really falls on the retailer. I know that BlackBerry gets a lot of flack for that. And, you know, I mean, you can say, well, maybe they don't have the sales reps, whatever, that maybe their sales reps aren't doing their job. But at the same time, these retailers choose what they're buying. You know, I mean, they're not just picking up these phones and going, well, we'll give them back to you if we don't sell them. They're purchasing these phones from the manufacturer, and they determine how many they're going to buy and how they're going to sell it. And, you know, a manufacturer, unless you have a lot of strength behind you,
so
there's not much you can
do. Amazon.
Yeah, I was just checking Amazon myself. You could, yeah, it's on there. You could buy it right now.
What happened to your sound, Brad?
I hit the mute button because I know that this dog's annoying. I don't know why it's barking. It must just know that we are starting the podcast because it's been silent all day.
It wants a Key 2 as well.
There you go. Uh-oh.
I'm still here. I just hit the mute button to get rid of the dog.
Yeah, we usually have dog issues when we record videos too. I only have 2 dogs up above, but it might as well be a dog pound.
The room I'm in, it's just like there's this wall that really has no insulation in it, and then my driveway is on the other side of it, and then their yard. So I mean, this part of my house and their house is really close together, and I think they just have a dog that is insane and lives right there, just trying to get, you know, how many times can I bark before Brad shoots himself? And luckily I don't own a gun, but you know, one of these days, one of us might end up with a bullet hole if this continues, is all I'm saying.
Just give it some bubble gum or peanut butter. Just...
I seriously wonder if anybody ever goes and pets that thing. My dog doesn't even worry about it barking anymore. Uh-oh, we just lost Roy.
His connection was kind of sketchy there for a little bit.
Yay, Roy's back.
There he is.
So the problem was on my side?
Do you have a dog barking nonstop?
So did you hear that I also said that on Amazon, the Key 2 is sold out also?
Oh, I thought I seen somebody selling it, but it was for like $7.99.
Like a...
So
I
see one person selling it for $7.99. There's another one for $8.89. Holy! Oh, wait till Amazon gets it back.
If they can get it, good luck to them.
Right.
I don't want to just sit here and keep harping about how great I love this phone, because I know you guys have all heard me say it on every single phone. but I am so happy with this phone. I really am. It is a pleasure to type on. I really find myself not using BBM desktop as much now because it's just so easy to type on this phone.
What about the cameras? Are you getting much out of those?
I was actually going to try and go do camera review this weekend. I'm not a photographer. I'm not. I take snapshots. Like I'm the worst Californian in the world. I never remember to take photos of my Starbucks. I never remember to take photos of my meals. You know, I think I've got one photo on my Instagram and that's my dog. I'm just horrible at that stuff, but I use my camera as pretty much taking notes, right? I take pictures of stuff that I need to go back and, you know, instead of typing, hey, Brad, come back and clean this up, I'll take a picture of it and know that, well, that needs to be cleaned up. But I have played a little bit with the camera just because we've heard, honestly, complaints, right? You've got reviewers out there and you've got users saying, oh, this just isn't as good as flagship XYZ. And my thing is that nobody's ever bought a BlackBerry for a camera. None of us have.
Yeah.
That's not a priority. It's never been a priority for BlackBerry ever. You know, the Key 1 was an outstanding camera. The Priv was an outstanding camera. But we're not out there trying to make art on our phones. BlackBerry users aren't. We're out there. I mean, most of us are either because we just really love physical keyboards or we love the productivity aspect of a BlackBerry and the BlackBerry suite of apps. It's a different type of thing. I have no problem with this camera. The low light pictures are better than my Key 1. You know, the clarity of the pictures seem better than the Key 1. The colors of the Key 1 seem better than the Key 2. Like the actual photo itself, to me, looks more attractive on a Key 1 than a Key 2. But when you're holding both the phones together and you're looking at the subject, the Key 2 is more accurate. The color is way more accurate than the Key 1, but the Key 1 just comes across prettier, you know? So, I mean, I have absolutely no problem with the camera. If after I get out there and I'm taking pictures side by side and I decide that the Key 1 has a better camera, I'll gladly say it. If I decide the Key 2 has a better camera, I'll gladly say it. But I know that at the end of me doing my little tests, I'll have no problem saying that one of these phones has the best BlackBerry camera ever, right? And I will also have no problem saying that, no, it's probably not as good as an iPhone camera, whatever the iPhone 10 or the Samsung Galaxy, whatever number we're on now, because they prioritize the cameras. And it's a different feature set that you're looking at on those phones.
I think will start prioritize their cameras soon.
What's that?
I said that BlackBerry Mobile will start prioritize the camera features and quality to match those other blowing up flagship devices.
Do you really think they will, though?
Yeah, because it's become very cheap to make a good camera. You don't need to invest a lot of money to get a very good camera. You see all the Chinese.
If you're Apple, you need 10,000 engineers to do it, but
yeah, but you can buy a Sony or insert any camera that you want. You see the Chinese manufacturers like Xiaomi and Huawei or whatever they called. They manufacture a device of $200 and they bring in the best cameras. So why not BlackBerry Mobile?
I just think that BlackBerry Mobile knows. Well, I mean, I can't say that. I don't know. You look at the Key 2 and it's got the 600 chipset instead of the 800 chipset. I'm not even going to go into that. But I mean, we know that if they were just listening to this is the spec war, it would have an 800 chip. But instead they're like, no, it's more important to have battery life. You know, nobody's going to be able to do virtual reality on this phone anyway. So why have a chipset that's set up for VR? I just don't know if a camera is going to be at the top of their list ever.
Not at the top, but it's one of the top 5 features that they can improve and prioritize. Because let me give you an example. I'm working for FedEx, the local licensee of FedEx in Israel, and I take a lot of pictures. I go to meetings. I need to picture, like you said, a notes, and it's part of what I'm doing for my business. So taking a good picture, like we have the business feature, they can make it. They can make it to picture notes with something with a new feature or something like that. Taking pictures is now a business thing for everything. I'm not talking about selfie on the beach, but for taking notes and things to sum up meetings, it can be great.
See, I don't think even going all the way back to the Priv or the DTEC, that's an issue. I mean, because the majority of us, the majority of users, what we use our camera for now is for social media or web, right? It's to post something to Facebook or Instagram or post something to YouTube. And none of these cameras would have any issue doing that. When you look at these reviews, you look at these camera reviews and they're talking about the best camera out there, they're blowing up these images to see, well, is this leaf clear or is this leaf not? Well, you're never going to see that leaf anywhere that a normal person ever posts their photo. You know, that they're reviewing these photos as if it's a DSLR and someone is going to blow this up to poster size and hang it as art on their wall. And I mean, none of us do that. I'm sure there's someone out there that does. There's somebody that made a movie on an iPhone and apparently the visuals were much better than the story. I don't know. But I mean, it's just for your typical daily use. I have no problem with this stuff. In reality, you know, I'm starting to make my YouTube videos again. I'm using the selfie camera on my Key 1 to shoot myself because it's better than the actual cameras I've purchased that are made, you know, for people to make videos with. Now the close-up stuff, I'm using those other cameras and it looks like crap. So I'm trying to get that fixed. But I mean, it's like I don't think your typical user is going to have any problems with these cameras unless they're sitting there and purposely, you know, which we do too when you're comparing things, when you're, you know, there was one point at work where I was taking photos of a penny on the macro settings, comparing it to an iPhone guy. We're both sitting there and it's like, at what point are we ever going to sit there and see if you can look inside of the little archways in a penny on a camera? You know, just when you're sitting there trying to say this is better, that's the only time you're ever going to do it.
Well, to be honest, I use my camera on my phones a lot. When I go out to the field, I draw pipes for a living. So if someone tells me something's going on, I take pictures, and I've taken them with the Priv. I've taken them with my Z10 and the Key 1, and they're sharp enough and I can understand what's going on. I mean, it's just the lighting of the areas I'm in sometimes sucks, but you got to adjust it, and usually it comes out pretty good. I can see them. I can blow them up. I can see what's going on. I've never had an issue with the pictures from a BlackBerry phone, to be honest.
And Brad, do you going to make a video of the new features in the camera, the portrait mode, and how they call it, the super zoom or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'm just like the worst guy for a camera review. I really am.
I don't have a T2. If I had a T2,
Take more
this
pictures
will
of your
be-
dog.
See, here's my problem. I know everybody wants the camera review. I know that I want to go see a camera review, and I went and looked at several camera reviews already. But I mean, I also know that when I do that, people are going to be judging my photography skills, and it's going to suck because I know that I'm going to get all of these YouTube comments going, dude, you don't know how to take a picture. And I'll tell you right now, yeah, you're right.
I have an idea. You're in California. There's got to be a car show every weekend. You can't tell me there isn't. Just go to a car show, take pictures. I have hit 3 car shows this week, running around with my Priv, no less, taking pictures of cars because they didn't have my camera on me. And they turned out great. I've posted them. They look good. Go take pictures of a car show, for Pete's sakes. Those are the simplest things. You don't have to worry about them moving per se. They're just sitting there, you know.
Let me give you a tip, Brad. Go. As Aaron said, you're from California. Go and find a model and feature her. Nobody will never complain about your photography skills. Believe me.
Buddy, you don't know the area of California I'm in. You don't know.
No, I know you need to take your car a 3 hours drive.
Yeah, exactly.
It will be a field review.
Yes. There'll be a great review. They'll be like, look at all these pictures. It'll be the most viewed UTB video ever.
Yeah, I was already intending to head out this weekend and start doing that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Unless somebody has something else they want to see on the Key 2 first, I'm totally willing to do that. You just tell me what. I
have an idea, and I haven't brought it up much, but there is a speed test you can download. That's an app. I like to see how fast it is versus the Key 1. I'm curious versus, your hands, how fast can you type on a Key 2 versus a Key 1? Is it the same? Is it faster?
You're talking about a speed typing test.
Right.
Yeah, this is going to sound really weird because I was really fast on my Key 1. You guys are in group with me. You know how much I can type and how fast I can get it out, and I can make fun of other people whose name have speed in it, right? I can do that. But going from the Key 2 to the Key, or going from the Key 1 to the Key 2 with the short amount of time that I've had it, I picked up the Key 1 today and tried to type out an email on it, and it was difficult. It was like really difficult. It feels so much different. The keypad does. So I don't think it would be. I'm already not as comfortable on the Key 1 as the Key 2.
I was just curious because I hear the keys are so much better, and I just thought, well, that'd be kind of a telltale thing just to show how fast you can type on one versus the other. It's not been that long a time. It's only been a month.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I just think that, I don't know. I don't think it would be maybe if I put down the Key 2 for a week and just went back to using the Key 1 and gave it a shot then, because it is just such a different feeling. And what I keep saying is about the keyboard tends to tell, people will tell me, why would you want that? Because you're on the Priv right now, right? And you know how mushy it feels, how light it feels. But there's like no strain on your thumbs typing on that, right?
No, there isn't.
And on the Key 1, I'm a minimal amount of strain, right? You felt that you were pushing against something as you were typing.
Right. See,
the Key 2 is easily as soft as the Priv, but it has a solid click. That's kind of how I liken it. It feels like your old BBOS phones. Remember back when we didn't get a new phone every year and we really wore them in and they felt really good, like 3 months, 6 months, a year into using these phones, and the keypad was just perfect and you were actually upset it was time to get a new phone because you knew that you'd have to break in that new keyboard. That's what this keyboard feels like. It's soft to press. There's no strength coming against you, but it clicks. It has a solid click. Hear that click?
Yep, I hear that click. And, you know, to be honest, it's the same way with computers for me. I don't like the chiclet keyboard per se. I do use it at home, but at work, I have an old style keyboard that has the old, you know, it's push, you know, it's not the chiclet or whatever they call it. And I know that I've worn it out. It's like, well, it's almost 7 years old, knock on wood. It's the best keyboard ever. You couldn't get me another one that beats it. So I get that. As I kill the
Is Erica still alive, or is she playing Sims?
I am not playing Sims yet.
Note she said yet.
Yeah.
I'm just letting y'all talk about keyboards and cameras.
So
Did we have any more?
Well, on the battery, because that's a big thing. You said you were using it for directions, and you had your podcast going. I mean, on that day, how long did you have it unplugged until you plugged it back in?
I did plug it in before I went to bed last night. So yesterday I started out, let me see. Because I got a late start, so I probably took it off the charger about 8 o'clock in the morning, but then I also immediately started playing my podcasts. I drove for 2 hours, GPS going both ways, and my podcast playing both ways. And I probably plugged it in about, I'd say probably it was after 8. It was definitely after 8 o'clock last night. So 12 hours with the majority of the day Bluetooth streaming podcasts with a full 2 hours of GPS running, and a lot of chit chat.
Well, that's impressive to me. At 12 hours, most iPhones would be done by then. You know,
yeah, but the GPS running is GPS takes a lot of juice. It really does. And
yeah.
And what's cool is, you know, that picture-in-picture that, you know, people have on the YouTube now on these phones, it also works on the maps, which is really nice. So you know, my screen was on the whole time. My maps was in a picture-in-picture, but I also had like the chats and stuff running in the background. I could move my podcasts around while the directions never left my screen. It was really, really nice.
And with that, you don't have to have YouTube Red, right? Because it just goes picture in picture.
I don't have YouTube Red. And the minute you minimize YouTube, it just shrinks down into the photo or into the little picture in picture, and then you can move it wherever you want on the screen. Now, one of our friends, Ray in Canada, he can't get it to work. And apparently he was looking into it, and it's a regional thing. I guess for different regions, you do have to have YouTube Red to have that option free. Here in the US, we don't.
Canada can't have that. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably part of the trade war. I don't know.
Yeah.
No politics on the blogcast.
No.
I know. Just it's a YouTube tariff.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about revolving the Key 2? Anything else you want to highlight?
Now we should look to Brett videos.
To my videos?
Yeah.
Or to his videos?
Your videos. You're going to make us a few more videos.
Yeah, I really don't have anything to say other than please watch my videos, and if you've watched it once, you can still hit play 500 more times, and that would be awful nice of you.
And
Brett
then
will give you a hug if you watch his videos.
What's that?
You will give a hug to every viewer.
Yeah, right. No, please subscribe, please watch. Tell me what you don't like, tell me what you do like. Trust me, people do not hold back telling me what they don't like and whatnot.
I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm having fun making them, even though I'm getting kind of harassed for a couple of them, but whatever.
It's the internet. Everybody harasses you eventually.
Yeah. Let me know if there's something that you want to see in a video, and I will try and do it if it's within my capabilities. The last time I asked, the first question that was given to me was, what's your reception like? And that is literally something I can't test here. Like, I am in the Central Valley of California. I have AT&T, and they have us completely enveloped. I mean, there's just no dead spots anymore. And no matter which phone I'm on, like, you know, my old ones, my newest ones, whatever, I've got just great coverage for me. And I would have to do a serious amount of driving to get somewhere where I don't have that coverage. So
like Death Valley or Nevada?
No, more like going into anywhere exciting in California, you know, getting out of the Central Valley.
Usually it's 4 hours away.
Yeah, because you have to drive over hills and mountains to get anywhere exciting.
Right.
That's where we lose reception, up in the hills.
Next topic.
Next topic.
We have a new video series that's joined. No. We have an old video series that's joined UTB newly.
What? What did you say? I'm not that old. Hold on. Where's my prescription hip replacement? Hold on. Hi, thank you guys for letting me join you, UTB. It's kind of something, a little shot in the arm I kind of needed to do, actually. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, Aaron has created and runs This Just In News, which started out as a BBM channel, right?
Yes, it did. And I actually had like 1, 2, 3. I had up to 4 more writers on that, if you believe anything. I mean, I was really small and I had 4 writers.
I remember
on the channel.
Yeah, on the channel itself. We set up all kinds of things. We had a game, we had all kinds of stuff, but yeah, it's just back down to me, and now my kid helping me do the YouTube videos, but it's just down to me now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome back then, but it's still kind of awesome still today. It's fun. It's the only reason I created the channels. When I started looking through BlackBerry channels, I just didn't see a lot of original content, and that's why I was like, well, where's the funny? Where's all this other stuff? I see a lot of reposts from Pinterest or Tumblr or Facebook. I was like, oh, I go see that on all those. Why do I want to see that? So that's why I started it. I want something original.
You hit the nail on the head, man. And I think that's why you and I even know each other, to be honest, is there's so many repost channels out there. It drives me insane. And I'm not saying that I don't subscribe to them. I do. I subscribe to several of them that all they do is repost stuff. And it's like, yeah, they're reposting stuff that matches my sense of humor. That's why I'm there. But we need more content. We need more original content. And where your stuff is sitting on our site is the UTB networks is kind of what was my intention of creator-owned content, right? I mean, it's your content. We have no part in it. You're just sharing it there. And anyone that wants to make original content and not just post memes all day long, get in contact with me, because we can help share it too,
Oh yeah.
But that is what our platform is missing, is that original content. I mean, even if it was just someone's personal channel, like Saeed in our group, he's using his channel as kind of like how other people use their Instagram or their Twitter and posting personal type stuff. Do it. Do that. Right. Do something original. Don't just and if I ever hear, because this is something that happens a lot on BBM channels, somebody got a meme off of somewhere and posted it to their channel, and then someone else did the same thing, and now they're fighting with each other because you stole the meme that I stole from somebody else. That's really annoying.
Oh, there's been all out fights over that. I've actually had a friend just delete her channel because she's like, I don't need this. I really don't need it. And it's ridiculous. Unless you create it, you stole it. You stole it. So drop it already, for Pete's sakes. People are nuts. Oh, I found it first. What, did you find gold first? Did you invent the wheel first? No, you found a meme on Facebook. It's been out there for a year, and then you just discovered it. Come on, people. Write your own meme. Just make your own stuff. Oh, come on. You know, that's why I did the channel, because I'm like, you know, I love The Onion. The Onion is always been my favorite thing. And if you really go back into my archives of stuff, I used to do things just to kind of let off steam. Like I did like a little radio newscast at one point with the Challenger. I know that sounds morbid. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I was picking
on, man.
Too soon. Oh yeah. So I basically was picking on all the newscasters. I was picking on all the newscasters. I just did and I was in my kitchen with my sister, and I was just doing all the different voices. Tom Brokaw, was doing all the other people, and I was just picking on them. And to be honest, I look at a newspaper, sometimes I have to read it twice because I'll just change the whole headline. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got to go back and read this. And that's where I come from. I like to make things funny. This world's already rough enough as it is. And so this Just In News is my way of blowing off steam.
I just love that. I mean, you started a brand. There's no other way around it. And I mean, this is one area I will liken the two of us together, because BBN channels, neither of us would be doing any of this crap without BBN channels, right?
Right. Yeah, I never thought I would do a YouTube channel. That was so far from my mind. You know, I started a BlackBerry channel. I was like, oh, okay, we'll see what it does. And then I've blown up to this, you know. So, I mean, I've got characters, for Pete's sakes. I think I got, let's see, I think we got up to 8 characters now. Not counting the skull. That's 9, but otherwise a ghost or whatever we made one day. But yeah, we're up to 8 characters now. So, you know, and it's just, you know, and it basically comes from just different things. Are you talking about me? Dave Weirdo here. This Just In News. Who is this? Who's this on the screen? Murray! Where is everyone? They're not here. I see. So where's the news? There's no news. It's about us. About us. Yes. You're making a fool of us. That's not new. So anyways, that's Dave Weirdo, everybody. Hi.
He looks like Roy's cousin.
Actually, we're twins. So he's basically, I based him off of me. He has the green eyes, bald head. He's just a little more empty-headed, that's all. And I brought out one other character because I based it on, actually, we had a contest way back when I was part of another group. And we decided to see who can make the worst channel ever. And this is where we were making crappy channels. And this guy came from something else, actually. And I just kind of glommed him in, and he's become part of the news. Hi, my name's the All-Seeing Orb. I'm a news reporter and a future seer. Can I get out of here now?
I like that guy. See, that's more up my line.
He's a giant eyeball. I mean, what else can he be? I see. Oh. And he's actually based off of something from a comic book, but I just kind of took him. I made him the All-Seeing Orb. I created something out of him, and I'm like, yeah, he's sticking around. He's sticking around. That's the way he is. So it's just, you know, the different characters we have a fake president. I won't name his name. We have Elvis now, and then I have the intern who finally became alive, as I call it, Blah 3 now. And we're talking about going to Comic-Con. Hopefully we can get through there with the puppets. I'm not sure we will, but we're going to try and do some like on the street interviews. We did one last year. That was kind of fun. So we're going to try to do a little bit more like that. And I'm actually revamping things. The logo's getting changed soon. Kind of changing up the news just a little bit to be kind of more of a newscast, but it's not going to be real news. It never is real news on this Just In News. It's satire at best.
Just like CNN. It's awesome.
I don't watch them because I figured this is going to spoil all my writing. And to be honest with you, when we do the videos, it's basically I line out an idea, me and my kid talk about it a little bit, and then we just go. and it's a lot of impromptu on some of it. It just depends. We just work back and forth, you know, it's just that kind of that, you know, it just works that way for us. I mean, I've tried to write it out, and I've taken like 20 takes on one thing I try to write out, and it's like, okay, let's just do it the impromptu way now. And it works. So
that's awesome. It's awesome that you created your own thing.
It's something I've spent money on that I like. It's a hobby. It's like anyone else with a car, except I'm not thousands of dollars in debt into my eyeballs building a car I probably won't drive for 20 years. It's just something that's fun. And please like and subscribe my videos.
That's it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. That is like the most powerful thing on YouTube I've discovered is subscribers. And we never asked for them. And now I'm like begging for them.
I'm up to 61. I'm like, come on, let's go. Come on. And it depends. You know, I've still not figured out what the magic ingredient is on certain videos. I have, like, we did a Christmas video. If you go back and look on the channel, please do. We did a Christmas song. We actually sang, for Pete's sakes. And that's like 1,100 views on that one. And then the next closest one is one I talk about the CDC warning you if you get the flu 3 times, you turn into a zombie. And our good doctor, the good doctor turns into a zombie. It's, you know, things like that. It's like, well, what did I do different on those besides singing, which I don't think everybody wants to hear me sing anymore. It's that I do on these. And it's like, well, I don't know. You know, it's kind of a hit or miss. It's kind of trying to figure out the formula, and I'm still working on that. So I like to get it more popular. Heck, if it could replace my job, I would be happy, but I am also realistic about this too. It's puppets, for Pete's sakes.
Yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream, to be able to do what we enjoy and actually be able to do that, and not just do that when you get home from work and nothing's on TV and your Sims is broken down. Right, Erica?
I'm sorry, what? Were you talking? I was distracted.
We need more creators. We need more creators on BBM channels. We need more creators on UTB blogs. And we're in massive, desperate need of creators on UTB blogs. I'm just going to say that.
And you know, I run other channels. I can't even count how many other channels I run, but there's like 2 or 3 other ones. It's like I put some original content on there. One's dedicated to a certain zombie TV show. I'm not going to say it out loud, but it's going to change, I think, because I'm like, well, if I cover more stuff, maybe I can make that into a blogcast too. So it's still a work in progress. I got to talk to somebody about it, and it's kind of go from there. But it's like, you're right. We need more original content. There's one channel, the guy just bought a D-Tech so he could keep it up, and he actually does it for his daughter, for Pete's sakes. It's called Life of a Nobody, and it's just a daily journal about what he sees, and it's just simple and beautiful. It's just, there it is. And it's like, more channels like that need to be out there. You also have Joy out there, but you know, there's other ones that could be out there that, you know, just the daily life. Mr. V, I don't know if you ever see Mr. V's World. He posts a lot. He posts some memes, but he also posts about his stuff going on. Was it Nocturnal Frequency? That guy, he posts
Alex is awesome.
Yeah, Alex.
And they have their own podcast, huh?
Yeah.
They do. They've been doing a podcast for several years, long before channels.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
I think it was Erica pointed me in their direction. I don't remember. Someone pointed me over there, and it's like, no, they're actually.
He has several channels, but Nocturnal Frequency is his main, I believe. He worked for somebody else on it.
I really do think, and this is it just keeps hitting me in the head that I think a podcast and a BlackBerry channel could work so well together. I think they'd be so complementary to each other. It just needs someone to take that and run with it.
Like I said, for me, I actually took some time off. And so now I've got some time to where I could maybe think about working on something with somebody else. And figure out if we can do it like a weekly series. That's the thing. It's trying to keep on some kind of schedule. And that's where I kind of struggle with the news a little bit, is that I've got like probably 10 or maybe 8 videos in the hopper right now. And it's like, okay, how am I going to tie this in? And actually I've got 2 that are probably not worth anything because the subject's gone. You know, it's kind of like everybody forgot about it. So now those are gone. So it's like, it's just finding the time, you know, work gets in the way. So everybody please subscribe, you know, let's get this bigger. Both of us, UTB and this Just In News, grow us. You know, this is part of BlackBerry. We grew from BlackBerry. Help us be a lot bigger than we are. You know, we're here making content because we enjoy it. And I, you know, the UTB is one of the better sites you'll ever find. It won't be like that other one.
Hey, thanks, man.
So, and you know, you're welcome. And it's true. I mean, you guys are, you know, honest and sincere, and that's hard to find on these things. You know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and UTB is honest and sincere. It's not like, you know, the other reviewers who are going through about a gazillion phones and looking at weird things, and you know, and to be honest, I look for channels like this Just In News. There's nothing like it right now. There is nothing. And it's like, okay, I'm real. I'm different. Let's go. Let's just, you know. Okay, so I'm begging.
Know, honestly, at this point, anybody can do that. I mean, there's such a lack of original content on channels. Anyone can grab a topic and make something right now. I mean, it's so hard. You get out into these other platforms and it's so hard to do something that is unique. And BBM is wide open right now. It really is.
It's been the frontier for ages, and it looks like it's going to start moving. And it's the point of let's be the head of that, and let's help people grow. I mean, that, you know, like I said, I really am thankful for you guys to let me join in on UTB, and it helps my channel. It helps your channel. Hopefully, you know, maybe some people think I'm a little
content.
Maybe some people think I'm nuts, but that's fine. I appreciate it. I am nuts, but it's the whole point of, if you can't laugh at me, laugh at yourself, for Pete's sakes. Look at me. I got puppets here, you know, and these ain't well, I didn't make these guys, you know, these guys are, you know, they cost me a little money. So it's not like I really need the money. I just want to do it for fun. So, you know, I don't know where I'm going with that, but anyway, just create something, come up with something. There used to be a cooking channel, I think, on BBM, and it disappeared. I know there was a cupcake place once. It was on BBM, and they've disappeared. And I've really went through a lot of channels. You know, you kind of watch them go and grow, and then they disappear.
Yeah.
You know, a cooking channel would be awesome. You know, you do a video, YouTube video, what you cook and make. I mean, there's a couple channels right now that they do grilling and barbecuing, and it'd be great if they actually maybe did a YouTube video to where they could share it with you, you know?
That's yeah, you're absolutely right, because it's taking that next step. And you know, it's like, I mean, honestly, not to speak about us again, but I'm going to speak about us again. But I mean, our channel started out as just crap. It really was. It was us trolling other trolls, and then it turned into news, and then it's like, well, maybe we can grow this into something real. And then the website was formed, and you started out as a joke channel, and at somewhere along the line, you're like, let's make it grow. And you've got your YouTube channel now, and you're growing it. You know, I mean, you're right. There are some good channels out there, but if you could throw a little bit of, you know, Roundup on them, not Roundup. That's the opposite of what I'm saying.
Miracle Grow.
Miracle Grow. Throw some Miracle Grow on them and get them to expand their brand and to actually create a brand. Well, I would love to see that, because number one, it helps them, and then it helps BBM.
Well, and that's just it. And you know what? It's something that you never would expect it. I'm like I'm almost 4.5 years into this, and I think it's 2 years of doing the channel far as YouTube. And it's like, if you go back and watch some of those older videos, you can hear my crappy sound. You can see my crappy camera at the time or whatever it was. And yeah, I mean, you go back to the very first video, for Pete's sakes. I think I did it was black tea bags about the someone found insects in them. So I threw something together really quick, and I think I shot it on my BlackBerry Z10, for Pete's sakes. And all I had was Dave Weirdo at the time, and I didn't have a studio set up. I didn't have the software, and I just threw it together. That's, these cooking channels, like I'm talking about, cooking channels. How hard is that to do? You could have your phone set up on a little pot, a little tripod, show what you're cooking, and voila, you got it on YouTube, you put it on BlackBerry. You can actually, if you can get the video access to BlackBerry channels and get that on there too, that would help. I know everybody's talking about YouTube, but there's a video way of putting it on BlackBerry channels. It's just the point of, you get more people interested and they'll be like, oh, BlackBerry channels, what's that? And that's the hard part I have always selling is, yes, BlackBerry has channels. These are a social thing. It's better than Instagram. It's better than what Twitter gives you. It's better than what Facebook hands you. It's a different kind of platform, and it works, and it's social. It's, the other four. Okay. Twitter. I can't get over how many characters you can't put in there. I mean, I was going to post my news story today on there, and I'm like, why? I can't put my whole story on it. What am I going to do? So I'll put the link to the channel on there. And usually I don't get much reception on that. I mean, I do it once in a while, but it doesn't go very far. So it's a different platform that people should really check into. And I think it's going to grow a lot more since what I've kind of seen, what I showed you the other day. I think there's starting to be a lot more movement going on.
Yeah, and I can tell you, because I spoke to BBM yesterday, or you could actually say it's today, depending on the time that I was doing the speaking. And they are so receptive to not necessarily issues, but suggestions. You know what I mean? That there's something within BBM right now that's designed to work that way that some people are having issues with. And that's what I went and I talked to them. It's like, some people don't like this. Is there a way? And it's immediately, yeah, we're going to fix it. It's going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to fix it. We want to do what our users want us to do. I mean, it was that fast of a reaction. It was, yes, we are going to fix it. Give me time to do it. In the meantime, maybe you can do this or that, But I mean, it was so many of these platforms. I mean, just look at, was it Snapchat, Erica, that went through and completely changed their UI and pissed everybody off?
Oh yeah, they lost like all their people in a weekend.
Yeah. And then I think it was Instagram that changed their algorithms that pissed everybody off,
Yep.
And they're not changing it. They're not going to go back.Ey're just like, sorry, folks, this is the way it is now.
I mean, it's
And
the same
BBM
stuff that Twitter and Facebook has been doing for years, but Instagram and Snapchat started doing it, and they all felt betrayed. Like, where did you think it was going to go?
Yeah.
Well, Instagram is owned by Facebook, so that's bound to happen.
But I mean, BBM, you speak to them and they're like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let's fix it. Look at the biggest issue we all had with BBM was the emoji change. Yeah.
Right. Yes. That was amazing. I mean, it was a couple of weeks and they turned it around and said, oh, sorry about that. Give you back your old emojis.
Exactly.
Yeah. I never expected that.
But they didn't the spark.
What's that, Roy?
The spark?
They didn't bring the spark.
Well, yeah, the emoji was enough to make me forget about my anger over the spark. But I am so in awe of BBM and how great they are and how responsive they are. And it just frustrates me that people don't recognize that. I mean, if you have a problem with BBM, tell them. And if it's something they can fix, they're going to fix it. Like this thing that I was speaking to them about, it's not going to be fixed next update. It's not going to be fixed tomorrow, but they're definitely working on it now. I mean, that is huge. It's just huge.
And that just tells me they haven't given up on that. I mean, there's a lot of people that have given up on the channels, but it's like, just give them time. I mean, this, it's been in different hands now. It's not in, BlackBerry channel. It's MTech that's taking care of this now. They want to grow it. I mean, I get notifications about soccer, which I don't really care about, to be honest. I'm sorry. But and tennis,
we have a group for soccer. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Roy does.
Yeah, I'm sure. And tennis, Wimbledon, I don't care. I really don't. But it's there. And I know F1 Racing's got their own little thing in BlackBerry channel thing, the Discovery tab. So there's a lot of things coming. So the changes are gonna come. Just like you said, they're coming. It's just everybody's got to give it a little time to gestate and grow. I mean, it wasn't until last year I could post videos on my channel, and I got access to that. And I do post the videos on that channel. And if I could take those video views and put them on YouTube right about now, I'd be like 100,000 views by now. I'd be gone. I'd be like flying away. But I'm not. It's on video.com. Not spelled the way you think it would be spelled. The whole point is it's growing. It lets you do that now. It's going to go. It's going to move more. So people should really check it out.
And anything that we do, like you with your news, Roy with Barry IL, us with UTB, if we're out here in the outer world and we're pushing people back and we're telling people, hey, we started on BB, which I don't think Roy started on BBM channels. Did you, Roy? You had your site first? Yes, but I mean, if we that's where we're doing our part, is by pushing people back to BBM channels, or back to BBM. And I mean, like we're talking right now amongst ourselves about how do we get more bloggers? How do we get more people? It's really come down to just a couple of us left because, I don't know, people are apathetic or lazy or whatnot. And it's like, where do we get more people? And Roy's like, well, go talk to people outside of our community. And it's like, well, I don't know anybody outside of our community. Like I am on BBM. I don't know what you want from me. Bubble. Yeah, and anybody that's working on UTB, dadgummit, they need to be on BBM, because that's how we all communicate. Eric out in Missouri, Roy out in Israel, me out in California. I don't even know where you're from, Aaron, but I talk to you all the time.
I'm in Michigan. Yay!
There you go, Michigan. So I mean, it's like our BBM is our bubble. I don't know what you want from me, Roy. That's my world.
Well, that's just it. It's like, okay, so I'm going to talk to a YouTube blogger to come to BlackBerry channels. They're going to say, okay, what's it about? And it's like, well, it's a social media platform. Okay, well, I already use like the other one I'm not going to mention, or I use whatever, texting. I can't stand texting. Anyway, it's the point of trying to sell it. It's just, unless someone wants to use it, they don't want to put another app on their phone. They say, well, I've got this one, I got this one, I got this one, and it's good enough for me. Really? You haven't looked at this. This is going to explode, and you're going to be on the back side of it going, well, why didn't I get on the front? They're lost, but we definitely, a gaming channel would be great. I follow a guy that posts a lot of game news and this and that, but I don't know if he does any videos or anything like that. I follow him because I know him. And it's just a point of getting people involved, talking about what they're doing. I actually know somebody that does The Flash as, the TV show. He blogs about that passionately. For him to do anything, for UTB, I don't know. I try to hit people up where I can. It just takes time to get people kind of warmed up to, hey, beyond your channel, you could grow this.
Right.
It's just the point of, do they have the time for it, or do they really want to? Some people are stuck. They just want to do their little channel and that's it. But I know I'm going around in circles, right? But anyway, I'm going to blame Dave on that one. Yeah. Right, Dave?
What a weirdo. Oh.
You're talking about me? Where's my coffee and donuts? You, sir, right there on the screen. Get my coffee and donuts. Where are you from? I do not see my coffee and donuts. I'm going home. Where's the door? There is no door. There is no door. Do you not remember that? Oh, right. I sleep on the floor. Good night.
So this is just your typical Friday night, right, Aaron?
Yeah, kind of. There'd be a little more drinking involved, but yes.
So
my
do
wife.
we have anything else? Oh, go ahead.
No, I have to say I love my wife, and I appreciate she just kind of rolls her eyes at me and just lets me go do whatever I want. So thank you, honey. I have
Do we have
nothing
anything else on the docket there, Erica?
No, we finished our docket about half an hour ago.
All right. Well, let's call it. I don't know when we're going to do this again. We seem to be off our rocker as far as any sort of anything.
Planning, preparation, execution.
Well, I guess your camera review is coming up soon, so
yeah. But hey, if there's anything else anybody wants to see that they want to see before the camera, you just let me know.
A comparison between both keyboards.
I still think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I gotta try it. Yeah, get me the name of the app, Aaron, so I can
You know,
give that a
Brad,
shot.
if
I'll
you
have to
sound
look
a
it
little
up.
more enthusiastic, you might get a few more suggestions.
Yeah.
I will look up the app and send it to you. I had it on my key one. I was playing with it for a while there, and it would tell you how many errors you made typing because it had sentences you'd type and see how fast you were typing those sentences and all that. So,
Can you swipe? Will it allow you to swipe?
I don't remember swiping on that one. I rarely swipe, to be honest with you. When I have a physical keyboard in my hand, I don't swipe. It autocorrects as I'm going. So usually it autocorrects.
I don't know if that
I
app
swipe
sounds-
if I question.
If the app is good, we might as well, have like a UTB contest about who can type the fastest on their chosen device.
That would be a great idea.
Yeah,
Mhm.
keyboard race. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be. That may be a great idea, Erica.
I have them from time to time.
Yeah, you don't. Not really.
Not since I chose to start writing for this one website that covers like mobile tech news and stuff. But before that, I used to have them all the time.
Yeah, you can. You know what? It could be a live event. We could have it timed, or see how and go. I mean, I think they have a timer on that app. I'll go back and look at it and figure it out. But that'd be awesome to do as a live event.
That would be.
See how fast everybody could go.
Well, how about we say goodnight? You boys can mull it over, and we'll talk again in a week or two.
Sounds
Good
like a
night,
great
you
idea.
boys can mull it over. We'll talk. I already forgot what we were supposed to say.
Shut up, Brad.
Okay. Good night, folks.
Good night,
Good night.
everyone. Yes, Justin is Dave. We're no reporting, and I'm leaving.